The women of this village have never eaten red-colored strawberries, because the people of this entire village are very afraid of red color, and if these people see any tree or plant of red color, they immediately uproot it and bury it in the ground. The people of this village can never go out of this village, because it can cost them their lives. Actually, there is a forest around the village in which very dangerous-looking demons live. Many years ago, the ancestors of this village made a pact with the demons in which the condition was that the demons would not say anything to the people of the village until any villager steps out of the village into the forest. But now this mental boy named Lucas went inside the forest and brought red-colored fruits, due to which the pact between demons and humans was broken. On the same night, a boy hears a strange noise, and when he looks down, the demon had entered the village, due to which he immediately starts waking up all the villagers by ringing a big bell. On hearing this bell, the villagers start hiding to save themselves from that demon. At the same time, a blind girl named Ivy living in this village is the son of the demon. Hearing the roar, she gets very scared. The monster was also moving towards her. So the story starts from the 19th century, where we are shown a village named Pennsylvania. Although there is every kind of prosperity in this village, but no one can ever go out of this village. There are big walls all around this village, and there is also a watchtower where someone always keeps guard. Actually, this village was in the middle of the forest, so these villagers do not have any contact with any other village, and the people who live inside this village never go out. There is no money of any kind here. Here everyone respects each other, and at the same time anyone can marry anyone here. But there is a rule of marriage that if anyone likes someone, then he never holds his hand until he gets married. Well, now the senior people who live here are called elders. The daughter of one of those elders dies due to some disease. Actually, there is no good medical facility in this village, so it is completely impossible to treat any kind of disease here. The next morning it is shown that everyone is sitting together and eating food, and then strange sounds start coming from the forest. Hearing which everyone gets scared, but there is a boy here whose mental condition is not good. His name is Noah. He starts laughing, but no one troubles him, and no one makes fun of him because all the people living in this village love each other very much and support each other. On the other hand, it is shown that the dead body of an animal is found in the village. After which all the elders of this village hold a meeting in which they discuss who must have killed that animal. Then a young boy of the village Lucius comes there and requests all the elders that I want to go out of this village so that I can bring medical facility here. There must be other villages around us. One of our companions has just died due to illness. If we had medical facility, then we would have been able to save our lives. They could have saved him, but Lucius' request was completely refused. The reason for refusing Lucius' request was that all the creatures in the forest around the village used to attack the village earlier, but the elders had made an agreement with them according to which no one would ever go out of this village, and the elders did not want to break this agreement, because if they did, so then those creatures would come to the village and attack these people once again. Only the elders here have made an agreement with the creatures, and they have seen them, whereas the new generation has not seen them, but the new generation keeps hearing their voices from the forest. And sometimes they also find many marks, so they knew that there are creatures around the forest, and Lucius was not afraid of those creatures. So he wants to go to the forest, but he is not allowed to do so. A girl named Evie lives in this village. Evie cannot see, and her senses and her mind are very sharp. Well, she lives with Noah. She goes to Lucius and says to him that I know why you don't hold my hand because you love me, and it turns out to be true that Lucius loves Evie. Lucius also has Noah with him whose mental condition is bad. Here Lucius sees that Noah has a red-colored fruit in his hand, which is found in the jungle. Red color was never brought inside this village, whether it is a red-colored cloth or a red-colored flower or fruit. Also, whenever any red color is seen in the village, it is buried in the ground. Well, now Lucius understands that Noah had gone inside the jungle and the creatures did not do anything to him. So once again, he goes to the elders and tells them that No had a red-colored fruit in his hand, which is only found inside the jungle. It means that he had gone to the jungle, and because of his innocence, the creatures did not do anything to him. And I am also not afraid of the creatures. So I will go to another village and bring the medical facility here. I want to bring it, for which I should be given permission, but once again the elders refuse him. Now only one thing is going on in Lucia's mind, that he will go out of this village by any means and bring medical facility to the village. That is why, despite everyone's refusal, the next morning he goes out of the boundary of the village, during which he sees a shadow in front of him, which is the shadow of the creatures. He comes back inside the boundary. On the same night, the one who was guarding the watchtower sees a shadow under his watchtower, which was the shadow of the creatures. Seeing this, he gets completely scared and starts ringing the bell loudly. Hearing the sound of the bell, the villagers also get scared. Actually, there is a basement under all the houses in the village, and whenever they feel danger, everyone goes and hides in that basement, but Ivy is still outside because she was waiting for Lucius. Then Lucius comes and takes her also to the basement. After which they hear the sound of the creatures the whole night, and the next morning when people come out of their basement and come out of the house, they see that there is a red mark outside every door, seeing which everyone understands that the agreement made with the creatures has now been broken. That is, the creatures have given a warning to the villagers. After this, a meeting of the whole village is held where all the elders are worried that how can this happen. Then Lashyam went out of the boundary of the village, and I saw a creature there. So last night the creatures came inside our village. Here everyone knows that Lashya's intentions are good for the village. So he is forgiven, and it is explained that after today he will never go out of the boundary of the village, while Ivy's sister gets married, due to which the whole village is happy. After the marriage, when people go back to their respective homes, they see that someone has hung a dead animal outside their houses. Seeing the body of the animal, everyone gets scared once again. Everyone is afraid that the creatures will come today too, so Lashya again goes to Ivy's house where both of them sit together and decide that they will soon get married. The next morning it is revealed that No, who is mentally unstable, gets very angry because he liked Evie since childhood. Due to this, a feeling of revenge awakens in his heart, due to which No injures Lucius with a knife. Lucius' condition worsens, and his chances of survival are very low because there is no medical facility in this village. After this, No is locked in a room. This is a room in which anyone is locked as a punishment. Now No is locked in this room because he used to do some wrong things. When Evie comes to know that No has injured Lucius with a knife, she becomes very sad. Here Evie's father, Edward, who is one of the elders of the village, tells his daughter that even when you lost your eyesight, I could not do anything, and now I want to go to the forest. But Edward's wife stops him from going. She refuses and says that we all had made a promise, and we cannot break that promise. And now Evie also decides that she will cross this forest and go to another town and bring the medical facility here. Her father, Edward, also supports her and gives her permission by going against all the elders of the village, but before she sets out on her journey, Edward tells her about a special secret room and many such secrets that were never told to anyone before today. The two boys who are with her get very scared because the sound of the creatures is coming from the forest, so they return to the village, but Evie does not do this because her father, Edward, had told her that all the sounds coming from the forest come from the device installed on the trees by the elders, which makes noise when the wind blows. On the other hand, we are shown the village where all the elders are angry with Edward because he had sent his daughter to the forest. They all say that we had worked hard for so many years and we had made a safe place, but now this path and a secret will soon be revealed to the whole world. On which Edward says that nothing like this will happen. I have explained everything to my daughter. Evie is shown moving forward in the forest when she falls into a very big pit, but somehow she comes out of that pit, during which she starts hearing the sound of the creatures. Although her father had told her that there are no creatures in the forest, but there were stories prevalent in the village according to which creatures existed long ago, and they used to imitate humans. After which she breaks a piece of wood, and then she hears the sound of breaking wood from the front chew. After this, she throws a stone, and then someone throws a stone from the front chew. After which she understands that the creatures are really in front of her, and so she starts running away in fear, and then we are shown the creature who is chasing her. Evie's senses are very active, and so she is running away from him, and she stands in front of the same pit in which she was about to fall a while ago. She also knows that the creatures are coming behind her. Before the creature catches her, she moves away from the front, and the creature falls inside the pit. On the other side, the village is shown where all the elders go to the same secret room where Noah was kept captive, but Noah is not there, and there is a secret path there. There are some things along with the skins of animals. That means that all the animals that were being killed in the village were not being killed by the elders, but by Noah, due to which the elders were also upset. Here we come to know that it is known that Noah is mentally unstable, but he is very sharp-minded, and he had found the costume which the elders used to wear while roaming in the jungle. He had the same costume which he used to wear and roam in the jungle like the elders. This shows that he had found out the secret of the elders, and so he used to go to the jungle anytime. Actually, the way all the elders were playing with the minds of the people living here, Noah was also playing with the minds of all those elders, but he loved Evie. So when he came to know that Lucius was going to marry Evie, he lost his temper and tried to kill him, due to which Lucius got badly injured. Well, the creature in the jungle which was behind Evie and fell into the pit was none other than Nova, who was now dead. Here Evie moves forward on her journey. Her father Edward had told her the secret route. Now Evie walks on the path and crosses a high wall where we see the road. Then there is the car arrives from which the policeman gets down. Here we come to know that this is not the 19th century but the 24th century. Here the policeman is surprised to see Evie because the area on the other side of the wall is called Animal Sanctuary, where no one ever went, and neither did any plane ever fly over it because this is not the route of the plane, so the villagers never came to know that they are living far behind the times. At the same time, the elders inside know this truth because they have built that village. Here Evie tells the policeman that I need medical help. Saying this, she gives a letter to the policeman which her father Edward had given her, and also gives him a gold watch because there is no money in her village. Although the policeman wanted to tell his senior, but when he sees Evie's clear intention and her sorrow, he agrees to help her and brings some medicines and gives it to Evie, and leaves her at the same place where he had seen Evie for the first time. After this, Evie returns. She comes to her village and gives the medicine she had brought to her father, after which the medicine is given to Edward. Here Evie tells everyone that she had encountered the creature in the forest, but now he is dead. After hearing this, Noah's parents understand that he is dead, but they do not tell this to anyone, and all the people in the village still have the fear of the creature in their hearts. Now the question arises, that why did the elders create these creatures? Actually, in 1972, when Edward was a professor, he used to counsel those people who were in great sorrow, and the reason for all their sorrow was this world. Due to increasing crime in this world, all of them had lost their loved ones. So the professor made a plan with all of them in which they built such a village from which no one can go outside, and neither can any person from outside come here. Actually, Evie's father Professor Edward was very rich. He had a lot of money of his family, and he had bought this whole place with his family money. They had built this village in the middle, and they also used to fund the police so that no one tries to come to the other side of the wall. So the police used to roam on the road around the wall, so that no one could go to the other side of the wall. Along with this, Edward also used to fund the government so that no plane flies over that place, and there Evie has testified that she has killed a monster in the forest. Due to which once again fear had settled in everyone's hearts. That is, their secret will still remain a secret, and all the people in the village will have to live an old way of life to 100 years old. When all these children came here, they were very young, and now everyone has grown up, so they do not remember anything, and with this the story ends, Friends, thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to our GRS Story channel.